So, you may remember last week I said if you were going out and you're looking for a specific type of shot, then planning is essential. Or sometimes it's just good to grab your gear and go. And just see what you get. Especially at the moment. Which reminds me, I've not actually taken you guys out on a shoot with me, have I? Come on. Photography. What does it mean to you? For me, it's about more than a killer sunrise or a sunset. For me, it's about escaping. It's about escapism. For just a few hours, my head is clear and the world is mine. For some of you, the thought of sitting in a field on your own at 5 o'clock in the morning would be crazy and feel like the most lonely place on the planet. But for me, maybe it's because I'm an only child, it's the stillness and the quiet. That's what I seek. A time to step outside the rat race and the confines of lockdown, and for a brief moment, hit pause on the real world. You see, photography is more than the click of a shutter button, the snap of a lens change. It's given me a filter on the noise of the world. Sure, you could argue that something like hiking would do the same, but you don't come home from a hike with a banger of a photo in your back pocket, do you? The chance photography gives to take yourself off and explore at the same time as developing a new set of skills is like nothing else I've ever found. It's made me open my eyes and see for the first time. I think we can all get so wrapped up in our own individual tailspin of a world that we risk stumbling through life with our eyes closed. Photography helps me refocus and appreciate the beauty of this planet in its most minute detail. So sure, this is kind of a love letter to photography and what it's given me over the last 4 or 5 years, and I wouldn't change a single second of it, and I'd never want to go back. So what does photography mean to you? Let me know in the comments. Has it had a profound change on how you view things or on your life? How has your journey been? Where do you want the journey to take you? Let me know. It's getting cold. Well, no sunset tonight, guys. It's just good to be out. This is my place. This is my quiet time. This is my thinking time. Good for body and soul. Oh, it's getting cold. It's getting foggy as well again. Look, before the light fades completely, I thought, whilst I got you and it's nice and quiet, why don't we do a quick game of what's in my bag? Show you the sort of kit that I generally would take out on a standard landscape shoot. Kind of concept bag. So my standard gear consists of Sony A7 II. Been an amazing upgrade from the Nikon series that I was using. My standard lens is a 28-75 Tamron, which basically is my go-to lens for pretty much, it's my utility lens. It covers so many different angles and so many different sizes, so many different ranges. It's just a great lens. It's good enough to take you down to astro level because it does drop to a 2.8, and it's good enough to do landscape and sunrise and sunset. So it's really a general all-purpose lens. For landscapes as well, I also have the beast here. This is the Sigma 100-400. Great zoom lens. Sigma I cannot rate any higher than I do. They just produce great glass, very sturdy, very bulky. Only trouble is when you're carrying it up big hills like I've just done this afternoon. And then last but not least is the 1 kilogram. Again, Sigma 14mm. And now this is effectively my wide angle that I use for astro generally. Very rarely use a wide angle when I'm out on landscape shoots. Generally stick to the 28-75 in the zoom. So wide angle I tend to find 14mm is probably a little bit too wide, but for astro, it's to especially if you're doing portrait as opposed to landscape astro, this is a great lens. The only downside is it's incredibly heavy. And then for the video side of things, little gorilla pod. These are really great. Magnetic on the bottom, you can wrap it around basically anything and film yourself. The tripod. Now the tripod is a KNF concept, brand new. I bought this in the summer and I've never looked back. If I was going to give anybody any kind of advice whatsoever, it's get yourself a decent tripod. It's worth the investment. And then the gimbals. So I've got the latest DJI Osmo 4, which has proved invaluable in numerous circumstances, and also the DJI Pocket 2. The reason I've got both the gimbals is just it gives you the the seagulls flying over. It's definitely the end of the day. The reason I've got the two gimbals is that it gives basically another angle. I can film directly with that, and I need to attach my phone to this one, but it means that I can film on two cameras simultaneously. And then the drone, which I have the DJI Mavic Air 2. There she is, my baby. I take her absolutely everywhere. I don't know if you can see this, but it's getting really foggy all of a sudden. I'm not going to be able to find my way back down if this comes in much thicker. So that's the kit I generally take on landscape shoots. I'm not going to lie, it's a big pack and it's extremely heavy. But unfortunately, I switch lenses quite a bit. I use a drone all the time. I need the gimbals for if I'm doing any videography as well. So it's an all-in-one pack. Basically, I've got everything I need in there. Right, I'm going to let you guys go. I will see you next week. Bit of a different one next week. But otherwise, have a great week, everybody. And I'll see you soon. Behind the lens, subscribe and like. Cheers.